Draw the projections of a cube of 50 mm edge resting on one of its corners on HP when the body diagonal of the cube is perpendicular to VP. So this is a problem involving a cube and it is resting on one of the corners of its base, and it is resting in such a way that the body diagonal is perpendicular to VP. So as per the question, the cube has to rest on a corner of the base. So in such a way, I have prepared a simple top view and a simple front view. So if you notice here, in the simple top view, we have got corner on the right hand side. So when it is getting tilted, when the solid is getting tilted, it will be resting on a corner. So in this case, I have drawn a simple top view and a simple front view. Here, the visible corners are, in the top view, the visible corners are A, B, C, D, and invisible corners are A1, B1, C1 and D1. So likewise, I have marked the front view also. So here the top faces A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, and the bottom faces A1 dash, B1 dash, C1 dash and D1 dash. So in this case, you can see a corner on the right hand side, and along the base we are having a corner C1 dash which is on the right hand side, and again on the left hand side we are having another corner which is A1 dash. So when the solid is getting tilted either to the right hand side or to the left hand side, definitely it will be resting on a corner. If it is tilted to the right hand side, it will be resting on corner C1, and if it is tilted to the left hand side, it will be resting on corner A1. So this is the simple front view and simple top view. Now we have to understand what we mean by a body diagonal. So a body diagonal is a diagonal that is passing through the inside region of a solid. So in this case, you can say that a body diagonal can be a diagonal that is starting from A1 dash and ending in C1 dash. This is a body diagonal which is passing through the body. Another body diagonal is a diagonal that is starting from C1 dash to A dash. So a body diagonal is a diagonal that is passing through the solid from a corner on the base to the diametrically opposite corner on the top face. So this is what we mean by a body diagonal. So in order to represent a body diagonal, let us draw a thin line connecting A1 dash and C dash. So this line is a thin line which is a type B line. In the top view, the body diagonal is A1C. Here I have not represented it using a thin line. So when you join A1C, it is actually a straight line which is parallel to the XY line. That means it is parallel to VP. So presently the body diagonal is inclined to SP and parallel to VP, and what we have to make is, we have to make the body diagonal perpendicular to VP. So we shall adopt a step-by-step procedure for attaining this problem. Even though this problem is a problem regarding solids, we are not able to apply the order of preference here. That particular rule is not applicable here. Now we shall draw one more line which is connecting A1 dash and C dash. Now we shall draw a perpendicular line connecting A1 dash, C dash, starting from C1 dash. So this is a perpendicular that is starting from the corner C1 dash and it is perpendicular to A1 dash, C dash. So these two lines, actually they will be helping us for the construction of this solid such that the body diagonal is perpendicular to VP. So after drawing these two lines, what we have to do is, first what we are going to do is, we will be making the body diagonal parallel to SP and parallel to VP. So that is the first case that we are going to do now. So here we will be reconstructing the front view such that the body diagonal A dash C1 dash is parallel to SP. So parallel to SP means parallel to the XY line in the front view. So in order to facilitate this, for that purpose only, we are drawing another perpendicular line which is connecting C1 dash and the body diagonal. So what is the speciality of C1 dash? We are going to tilt the solid to the right hand side. So in effect, the solid will be resting on C1 dash. So that is why I have joined C1 dash and the body diagonal. Now we shall reconstruct the front view in such a way that the body diagonal A dash C dash is parallel to the horizontal plane, that is parallel to the XY line. So you measure the total width of the front view. It may be approximately some 71, approximately 71. So you take a distance 71 or 72 mm from the previous diagram, and let us mark a point here. Let us mark this point as C1 dash. Now what I am going to do next is I will be constructing this perpendicular line. I am going to construct this line perpendicularly upwards. So when this line is drawn perpendicularly upwards, body diagonal A1 dash C dash will be parallel to the XY line, because these two lines are perpendicular to each other. So I shall measure this distance. This distance is approximately equal to some 41. So I am drawing this 41 mm perpendicular to the XY line. So 41 mm. To draw it as a thin line, and after drawing this perpendicular line, I am fitting this A1 dash C dash to this perpendicular line. So if you notice, to the right hand side we are having a small portion of the body diagonal, and to the left hand side we will be having a major portion of the body diagonal. So let us measure the length of the body diagonal. So the length of the body diagonal, it is approximately equal to some 86 or 87. For the time being, let us take it as 86. You may be getting it as 87 or 85, but I am getting it as 86. So onto the right hand side, that is from this perpendicular onto the right hand side, we have got around some 29 mm, and from this area totally it is 86. So totally it is 86, out of which to the right hand side we are having a dimension of 29. So we shall draw a line which is parallel to the XY line from this tip. We shall draw a line which is parallel to the XY line from the tip of this perpendicular line. Now to the right hand side, let us take 29 mm. And from this right hand side to the left hand side, let us take 86. So this point will be C dash. And this point will be A1 dash. So A1 dash C dash is our body diagonal. So let us connect it up to this dot. Now let us join the base, that is A1 dash C1 dash. So this is A1 dash C1 dash. Let us join these two using thick lines. Now let us join C1 dash C dash. So this is C1 dash and this is C dash. So the top face is A dash, B dash, D dash and C dash. The top face and the bottom face, they are parallel to each other and they are having the same measurement. So let us draw the top face which is parallel to the bottom face, and these two sides are perpendicular to each other. So obviously this measurement and this measurement, they are the same. So we have already measured it. It is approximately 71. So we shall draw another perpendicular line from C dash to the left hand side, which is having a measurement of 71. So this is C dash and this extreme point will be A dash. Now we shall join A dash and A1 dash. Now along this A dash, C dash and A1 dash, C1 dash, we have to mark B1 dash, D1 dash and B dash, D dash. So obviously this line is to the center of these two lines. So totally if this is 71, this will be at some 35.5 and here also we have to mark a point at 35.5. And let us join these 2 points. So this point will be B dash D dash, and this point will be B1 dash D1 dash. Now the body diagonal A1 dash C dash, this is parallel to the XY line. That means it is parallel to HP. Now we shall draw the top view of this cube when it is resting on a corner. So in order to draw the top view, we shall extend projectors from the present front view and previous top view. Now we shall mark points A, B, C, D, A1, B1, C1, D1 along this top view. So we have got around some 8 points. Now we shall draw the outline as usual. So starting from A1. So after drawing the outline, the next step is we have to find out whether we are having any invisible corners in the top view. So in order to find whether we are having an invisible corner in the top view, we have to observe the solid in this direction, and this is the corresponding front view. Here on the extreme left we are having A1 dash, and on the extreme right we are having C1 dash. So the points which are below this straight line which is connecting A1 dash and C1 dash, that are B1 dash, D1 dash and C1 dash, these points may be invisible in the top view if they are not a part of the outline. So let us check it one by one. B1 dash, here this is B1, it is a part of the outline, so it cannot be treated as invisible. D1 dash, here this is D1, this is also a part of the outline, so we cannot treat it as invisible. But whereas C1 dash, so here we are having C1, this is not a part of the outline. So this point C1 is invisible in the top view. Now in order to know that, we shall refer the previous top view. So here this is point C1. So from point C1 we are having CC1, C1B1 and C1D1. So these 3 edges will be invisible in the top view. So this is point C1. So this is point C1, C1C, C1B1 and C1D1 will be the invisible edges which are starting from corner C1. So let us draw it. So after drawing the invisible edges, now let us draw the remaining edges of the solid. So along the top face, so this is the visible top face, we are having edges AB, BC, CD and DA. So out of them, how many edges we have drawn in this current top view? We have drawn B, C and CD. So now we shall draw AB and AD. So what about the visibility of AB? So if you notice, if you are trying to draw a line connecting A and B, it will be definitely passing a confirmed hidden line. So when it is passing a confirmed hidden line, so this line will be definitely visible. So AB is a visible edge. Likewise, so what about the visibility of AD connecting A and D? If you are going to draw a straight line, it will be crossing a confirmed hidden line. So this connection will be definitely visible. Now we shall think about the base edges. So the base edges are A1 B1, B1 C1, C1 D1 and D1 A1. So here we are having A1 B1, B1 C1, C1 D1 and D1 A1. All of them we have drawn already. Now we shall think about the lateral edges. Which are the lateral edges? A1, B B1, C C1 and D D1. They are the lateral edges. So how many of them we have drawn? We are having 4 lateral edges. B, B1. Already we have drawn it here. C, C1 is here. D, D1 is also here. So here the last one is A, A1. So what about the visibility of A, A1? Already we have found out all the invisible edges in the top view. So hereafter there won't be any invisible edges. So we shall check it once again and make sure it. Here A1 dash, C dash, this is a straight line, and below this straight line the edges and corners which are nearer to the XY line, they may be invisible in the top view, but all the edges and corners which are above A1 dash and C dash, most probably they will be visible in the top view. So A1 is above this straight line, A1. So definitely A1 will be visible. We have to draw it as a thick line. So this is our second top view. So what we have done is we have reconstructed this front view such that the body diagonal A dash C dash is parallel to the XY line. We have done it with the help of a perpendicular that is connecting C1 dash and this body diagonal. Now in this position, A1 dash C dash is our body diagonal in the front view, and A1C is the body diagonal in the top view. So A1C is the top view of the body diagonal. Both in the front view and in the top view, the body diagonal is parallel to the XY line. So it means that now the condition of the body diagonal is it is parallel to both HP and BP. And as per the requirement of the question, what we require is the body diagonal, that is A1C, must be perpendicular to VP. So perpendicular to VP means perpendicular to the XY line in the top view. So what we are going to do now is we will be reconstructing this top view in such a way that the body diagonal A1C is perpendicular to the XY line. So finally we will be getting it perpendicular to VP. So we are going to reconstruct it now. We shall draw a perpendicular thin line here. We shall measure the distance of A1C, that is, we shall measure the length of the top view of the body diagonal. It is approximately 87. So along this perpendicular line we shall mark that distance, which is 87. So this distance is 87. We shall mark this point as A1 and we shall mark this point as C. So A1C is the body diagonal which is perpendicular to the XY line. That means it is perpendicular to VP in the top view. So that is a requirement of the question. Now we shall mark points A and C1 along this top view. So if you notice A1, A, C1, C, they are all along a same straight line. So we shall mark A and C1 along this A1, C1. So we shall measure the distance of A1A. So A1A, it is approximately equal to some 28 or 29. So whatever value you are getting, you mark it as such along this perpendicular line. A1A and C1C will be having the same measurement. Anyhow, you measure C1C, then mark it along this perpendicular from point C. So this point will be point C1, which is invisible, and this point will be point A. So we are having A1A, C1C. Now we have to get points B1B and D1D. So B1B and C1D are along two perpendicular lines which are starting from the top view of the body diagonal. So from this point A, we are having a perpendicular line which is perpendicular to the body diagonal. So along the either ends of this line, or along the either sides of this line, we are having B1 and D1. So let us draw a perpendicular line through point A and through point C1. So both these lines are thin lines. So the distance of AB1, C1B1, AD1 and C1D must be the same. So you can take any one of these measurements. So as it is a cube, this measurement and this measurement, this one and this one, they will be the same. So let us measure it. It is approximately equal to some 35 or 35 and a half. So whatever value, you have to get it actually as some 35 and a half. So we shall totally, this measurement is approximately 71 total measurement. So half of it will be around 35.5. So from here we shall mark 35.5. To the right hand side also we shall mark 35.5. Here also we shall do the same procedure, 35.5 and 35.5 to the right hand side. So on to the right hand side of A, we are having point B1. So this is point B1. And from C1 to the top we are having B. So this will be point B. And on the left hand side, so from A it is D1 and from C it is D. So this point will be D1 and this point will be D. Now we shall join the outline. So here we will be having a top view. So this top view and this top view are identical. Only difference is in the orientation. So all the points which are visible here will be still visible here. All the points which are invisible here will be also invisible in this diagram. And all the edges which are visible in this diagram will be also visible in this top view. And all the edges which are invisible in this diagram will be still invisible here. So we shall construct the top view. So only we are doing a reconstruction. The orientation is only different. So we shall construct the final front view. In order to construct the final front view, we have to extend projectors on the present top view and previous front view. If you notice in this top view, the body diagonal, which is A1C, it is perpendicular to the XY line. Perpendicular to the XY line means perpendicular to VP in the top view. Now we shall draw the front view, final front view by extending projectors on the present top view and previous front view. Now we shall mark points A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, A1 dash, B1 dash, C1 dash, D1 dash on this final front view. Now as usual we shall draw the outline of the front view first, starting from D1. So after drawing the outline, we had to find out invisible corners in the front view. So in order to get the invisible corners in the front view, we shall observe the present top view. So you are observing it from this direction. On the extreme left we are having D, and on the extreme right we are having point B. Connecting D and B, we are already having a straight line here. So the points which are between this straight line and the XY line, that is points A, A1, B1 and D1, these 4 points may be invisible in the front view if they are not a part of the outline. So let us check it one by one. D1, so this is D1 dash. This is a part of the outline, so it cannot be invisible. A1. A1 is not a part of the outline, so A1 will be invisible here. So we shall write A1 in brackets. So that is A1 dash in brackets. So here this point is B1. So B1 is a part of the outline. And this point is point A. So this is A dash. So this is also a part of the outline. So those points cannot be invisible, but A1 dash will be invisible. So from A1 dash, this is an invisible corner. So from A1 dash, we'll be having 3 invisible edges also, which are invisible in the front view. So which are all those edges? In order to get that invisible edges, we shall come to the initial top view. So here this is point A1. So A1, A1 B1 and A1 D1 will be invisible. So once again A1, A1 B1, A1 D1 will be invisible. So we shall draw it one by one. A1 will be invisible. A1 will be invisible. A1 D1 and A1 B1 also will be invisible. So we have done with all the invisible edges. Usually the rest edges, all the other edges will be visible here. Now we shall consider the top face. The top face is A, B, C, D and DA. So here you are having, this is A, this is B, this is C and this is D. So now we shall join BC using a thick line. Then we shall join DC. Now we shall join CC1. So this is the final front view. So in this final front view, if you notice, A1 dash C dash, A1 dash C dash, that is A1 dash C dash, it seems to be a point. Why it seems to be a point? It seems to be a point because A1C, it seems to be a point because A1C is perpendicular to the XY line. So whenever a line is perpendicular to VP, its front view will be a point. So that is the reason why here A1C is a point, out of which we cannot see A1 dash, we can see only C1 dash. Now we shall have a quick review of the solution. So we started from diagram number 1, in which we have drawn the simple top view, in which when it is getting tilted, it will be resting on a corner of the base. Then we proceeded to diagram number 2. From diagram number 2 to diagram number 3, what we have done is, we have made this body diagonal A1C parallel to the XY line. That is, body diagonal was made parallel to HP. So in both these diagrams, that is diagram number 3 and diagram number 4, the body diagonal A1C, it is parallel to SP and parallel to VP also. When we have reconstructed diagram number 4 to 5, what we have done is, we have made body diagonal A1C perpendicular to the XY line. Perpendicular to the XY line means perpendicular to VP in the top view. Then we obtain the last diagram, that is diagram number 6.